The meeting of the Senate Local Government Committee is called to order. Before we get started with the roll, I've got a letter here. Dear Mr. Secretary, pursuant to Rule 3-2C, I hereby appoint Senator Javier Cervantes to temporarily replace Senator Napoleon Harris, third, as a member of the Senate Local Government Committee. This appointment will expire upon adjournment of the Senate Local Government Committee on March 25th, 2026. Sincerely, Don Harmon, Senate President. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Senator Wilcox, Senator Sally Turner, Senator Ariano, Senator Erica Harris, present. Senator Ventura, present. Senator Murphy, Senator Jones, Senator Faraci, Senator Cervantes, Senator Johnson, Chair Holmes.
Here. There being 9 members present, we have a quorum, so the committee will come to order. The following legislative measures will be heard today: Senate Bill 3076 and Senate Bill 3951 with Senate Committee Amendment number 2. First, Senator Harris and I have agreed to place the following bill on the agreed bill list: Senate Bill 3644 with Senate Committee Amendment 2. There is a motion to adopt Senate Committee Amendment 2 to Senate Bill 3644. Senator Faraci moves Senate Committee Amendment 2 to Senate Bill 3644 be adopted. Seeing no objection, the amendment is adopted. If there's no discussion, Senator Faraci moves Senate Bill 3644 do pass as amended. Is there leave? With leave being granted, the bill will be so reported. Now, on measures we're going to hear today, first up is going to be Senate Bill 3076. Senator Edley Allen, would you like to come up and present your bill? Before you start, there are witness slips that have been filed. You have 1 filing as a proponent, 4 filing in opposition, and 0 as record of appearance only. Senator, please explain your bill.
Thank you, Chair Holmes. Senate Bill 3076 amends the Public Employee Disability Act. It expands an eligible employee under the Act to include a full or part-time correctional officer and county sheriff employees. It provides that when an eligible employee suffers an injury in the line of duty that renders them unable to perform their job duties, the public employer shall continue to improve health insurance benefits on the same terms and conditions as before the injury. I have with me David Emerson. He's the Executive Director of the Police Benevolent Labor Committee Union. If there are any questions, I would ask the committee to vote this bill out of committee. I have an amendment that brings CMS to neutral, and I would like to have it as a floor amendment. Thank you.
Thank you. Did you want to testify, or do you just want to answer questions? Okay. I do have a motion, but before we do that, let me double check. Is there any discussion?
I just have a quick question.
Senator Ventura.
This is on the deputy, right? If they're a deputy or not? If you could just explain maybe why they were not included and explain that aspect of it,
Sure.
That would be great. Thanks.
David Emerson, Police Benevolent Labor Committee Executive Director. So as it stands right now, if you are not a deputized employee in a county jail, for instance, and the difference between deputy and non-deputy is really just whatever that county decides to call you. It has no impact on the kind of dangers you face. It has no impact on your qualifications. But if you are not decreed to be a deputy, you do not get public employee disability if you're injured in the line of duty. If you get assaulted in the jail, for instance, you're going to have to wait on workers' comp. You're going to have to apply for FMLA. You're not going to get this kind of salary replacement that county workers 1 county over that happen to be deputized and working the exact same conditions get. So we're just trying to equalize that across all the counties.
Thank you. That cleared up any confusion I had. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Are there any? Senator Ariano.
Thank you. What is the estimated cost across the state for this legislation?
So that's difficult to ascertain because we're talking about 102 counties for the deputized portion. And most counties, correctional officers at least, are not deputized. So it's difficult for us to get at, and also there's no real standard for injuries in jails. I would say, not to be combative about it, but injured employees, oftentimes in these situations, especially in our smaller counties, are kind of seen as they got injured, it's almost a financial relief to us because we can pass insurance costs on to them, which is the other part of this bill, not just the deputies, non-deputized portion, but also the fact that you have to absorb while you're injured and you're recovering and you can't work your secondary employment, you can't work overtime, you're also absorbing now $2,000, $3,000 worth of monthly health care premiums while you're recovering. Frankly, it is very difficult to cost out something like this. It is so widespread across so many counties of various kind of actuarial models, but I know that's not a great answer to that question, but it's very difficult to ascertain.
Well, and the reason I ask is this is a direct impact on property taxes, which there's a ton of rhetoric from both parties about caring about. But if I don't even have a ballpark on what I'm adding to those, there's no way I can possibly vote for this bill and in any way ethically defend what I say elsewhere in the world. So is there no ballpark to what this will cost?
Well, in our union, the injuries that we have had in just correctional officers that we're tracking for the last couple of years is around 3 or 4 people that have been injured in jails that would be out of duty for a long time, injured in the line of duty, assaulted by an inmate, or something along those lines. That's just my union. Doesn't stand for FOP, AFSCME, Teamsters, some of those other unions out there. It's not, and also, I think my numbers might be a little high. Lake County, for instance, is what we call direct supervision in their jail, which means that the correctional officers are walking and working amongst the inmates all day long, as opposed to a lot of other jails where they're not direct supervision. They're behind glass or bars from the inmates almost all the time. So there is a wide variety of ways that jails are run in this state. And as you can imagine, in Lake County, because of that, we tend to see more injuries. But again, it's hard for me to say exactly how much cost that they're going to be absorbing by having to continue to pay health care premiums for someone just because they got injured. That is difficult. But also, the impact on our membership is that they're unwilling to wade in, whether they're a road deputy, a police officer. If I'm going to get hurt and know that I'm going to face financial hardship because of it, maybe this isn't the kind of line of work that I want to do. And right now, we're at a time of historic recruitment retention problems in our police departments and our jails at a time when, if I heard the General Assembly correctly the last couple of years, they want higher standards from police officers, from correctional officers. But as the labor pool shrinks because less and less people want to do it, chiefs and sheriffs are put in this really tough position where, yeah, we want to raise standards, but I got to hire whoever is willing to do this work. And they might not be at the same level as they were 10, 15 years ago because people just don't want to do the job. Because along with not only facing public scorn and scrutiny for doing this kind of work, now if you get injured because you actually leaned into the job and did what you were supposed to do, you and your family are going to face financial hardship because of it.
Okay. But there is some local control already in terms of a county could choose to classify deputies.
Correct.
And adjust it.
Yes,
okay.
They could do that. But unfortunately, like Lake County is not deputized correctional officers. I think it's fair to say it's probably the most well-to-do county when it comes to public revenue and the kind of money that they spend that, they could afford it, but they choose not to.
All right. Thank you.
Is there any further discussion? Senator Murphy.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. I just wanted to clarify one point. We're only talking about county officials here. This is not applicable to municipal.
The insurance portion could be applicable to municipal. There's 2 aspects of the bill. One is the coverage, the eligibility of employees, and the other aspect is when you're injured, what is your insurance benefit? Can they put you on basically COBRA, essentially, where they can say, you have to absorb the entire premium, monthly premium. Some cities are doing that as well. Some state entities are doing that.
Okay, because line 15 says, any part-time or full-time county correctional officer or any part-time or full-time employee of a county sheriff.
Yes, so that's the part
I
of
don't
the.
see where the municipal would come in here.
So the municipal is more about the insurance coverage portion, about that premium portion. The other part of the bill is about expanding class coverage, and that part only impacts county deputy versus non-deputy.
So now you are including municipal employees in coverage.
I think we always have, but yes, what I'm saying, municipal employees are already covered under PETA, but the question is whether or not what was missing from PETA all along was when you're on your public employee disability, is the level of insurance premiums that you have to pay. And what we're asking is that that be status quo, that just because you got injured, you're not losing your coverage, you're not losing the cost sharing of the employer as well.
Okay, thank you.
Senator Sally Turner.
Thank you, Senator. To follow up Senator Murphy, what she was saying, I just want to make sure that I have this clear. So this is a jail setting, is that correct?
That's what we're mostly focused on with the deputies, non-deputized, because every road deputy, as we call it, actual sheriff's deputies that you see out there in police cars
Sure.
are deputized. So really, this is mainly correctional officers is where you see a variance county to county between deputized and not. So
But
yes,
those that are the correctional officers that are inside a jail, kind of like what Senator Murphy was asking. So those are those people inside there that are not, who is their superior? Who's the person that's control over them?
typically a sheriff.
So the sheriff is over them, but
Yes.
yet they don't have the same benefits that those officers have. Is that
Correct,
correct?
because they have not been declared to be deputies, correct?
But just to follow up on what Senator Murphy was asking, this is for counties, what we're talking about, what you and I are just talking about right now.
Yes.
But I guess I don't quite understand what you were trying to convey about this, the municipality part.
So my understanding of the bill, right, and as it was originally drafted, I don't know if there's confusion about this aspect of it, is also when you're on PETA, some employers, you're typically paying a cost share for your premiums, right? So the total cost of the county might be $2,000 and you're paying $500 pursuant to your collective bargaining agreement, county code, whatever. However, under PETA, there is nothing preventing employers, once you're injured, from saying, yes, you're still going to accrue your seniority, your time off, and you're going to get salary replacement, but now you're also going to pay 100% of your premiums as well, right?
But are you a county employee? Or what kind of employee are you? I guess that's kind of what she was trying to get at. Are you a municipal employee or a county employee? Are these both? I guess I don't understand.
Anyone that's covered under PETA, I believe that section would be applicable to, right? So there's an eligibility component to correct that kind of loophole for deputized, non-deputized, and then there's also the insurance contribution amount. And we're not setting it at a particular amount other than status quo pursuant to if you have a collective bargaining agreement or whatever plan's currently in place, that you can't have additional costs passed on to you by the employer just by virtue of being injured in the line of duty.
Okay, thanks. Sorry. I was
No,
trying to
I'm sorry.
Get this
Thank
through my head.
I understand, yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Are there any other questions? Senator Edley Allen, would you like to close?
Thank you. I would just ask for an aye vote. And again, it would be voted out of committee and then an amendment on the floor.
Thank you. If there's no further discussion, Senator Jones moves Senate Bill 3076 do pass. Is there leave? Clerk, please take the roll.
Senator Turner? Senator Ariano? Senator Harris? Senator Ventura? Yes. Senator Murphy? Senator Jones? Senator Faraci? Yes. Senator Cervantes? Chair Holmes?
Yes. There being 6 yeas, 3 nays, and 0 voting present, the bill will be so reported. Thank you, Senator. Next up is Senate Bill 3951. Senator Harris, before you present this, is there a motion to adopt Senate Committee Amendment 2 to Senate Bill 3951? Senator Turner moves Senate Committee Amendment 2 to Senate Bill 3951 be adopted. Seeing no objection, the amendment is adopted. The witness slips that have been filed, you have 2 filing as proponents, 0 filing in opposition, and 0 record of appearance only. Senator Harris, please explain your bill.
Oh, there we go. Thank you. So, thank you. Today, I present Committee Amendment 2 to Senate Bill 3951. This amendment clarifies language in the bill which allows a unit of local government to place a 4-inch blue pavement marking on a street or road to indicate the location of nearby fire hydrants or water supplies. Before any of those markings would be placed, the local government must obtain an encroachment permit from the agency with jurisdiction over that roadway. It doesn't apply to freeways or freeway ramps. And this idea actually came to me from a local firefighter who is in a little bit of a more rural jurisdiction and said it's darker in those areas and oftentimes takes them extra time to find the fire hydrants, and those minutes really matter when something's on fire. So he had traveled and seen some blue reflective markers in the street and thought that was a really great idea, so brought it, and we had conversations with IDOT and other interested participants, and here we have a bill which hopefully will allow our firefighters to have access to water faster.
Sorry about that. Are there any questions? Senator Ventura.
Yeah. So where is it? So it's this big, and it's on the curb? Is it on the road? How is it placed?
It's on the side of the road, but they do have to get permission to do that. The example that he had actually seen, which perhaps you all have seen, is a little reflective marker that kind of
You drive over.
It's not flush with the ground, and the concern that IDOT had about that was that here in Illinois we have snow plows, and so those oftentimes the reflective markers that are a little bit raised are used in more southern states that don't receive snow. So in those discussions, we decided it needed to be something flat that plows could still go over and they wouldn't become damaged. So they have requested it be this particular blue and the 4x4 square.
Interesting. Thank you.
Are there any other questions? Seeing none, Senator, would you like to close?
I would appreciate your support on this bill. There is no known opposition, and I think it will help us to save buildings and hopefully lives.
Senator Ariano moves that Senate Bill 3951 do pass as amended. Is there leave? Leave being granted, the bill will be so reported. And if there is no further business to come before the committee, this meeting of the Senate Local Government Committee stands adjourned.